By the end of this review, you'll know if this game deserves a spot on your device. So, let's dive in and explore what this game has to offer. In Ash Echoes, you're in control of Echomancers, which is just a fancy name for heroes, each with special abilities. What makes Ash Echoes different from most mobile RPGs is its real-time tactics gameplay. This means you're moving your heroes around the battlefield in real time, which keeps things lively and engaging. Imagine playing a strategy game where you can pause the action, decide your next moves, and then watch as your characters jump into action. It feels a bit like Aliens, Dark Descent, or even XCOM, but with that extra twist of pausing mid-battle to plan your strategy. The game is mostly designed for mobile, so you'll find controls that are easy to use on a touchscreen. However, if you're playing on PC, the setup can feel a bit awkward, with limited options for rebinding keys or controlling your units with a mouse. So, if you're considering the best experience, mobile is the way to go with Ash Echoes. On the gameplay front, Ash Echoes also adds some fun twists to keep things interesting. For starters, there's a gacha system for summoning new heroes. The SSR rate is slightly better than in most gacha games, which means you're more likely to get powerful characters without endless grinding. Plus, duplicates, extra copies of characters, aren't essential for powering up your heroes, so you don't need to pull the same character over and over just to level up. What really sets Ash Echoes apart is that it's not overly aggressive in terms of in-game purchases. You'll still find the usual offers and bundles, but it doesn't push you too hard to spend. If you're a free-to-play player, you can make solid progress and get a decent team without feeling like you're missing out. There are also 2 guaranteed SSRs, high-tier characters, that new players can earn through beginner missions and pulls, which helps even the odds a bit and gives everyone a fair start. Visually, Ash Echoes shines with impressive 3D models and animations. Each Echomancer is well designed, with detailed outfits, unique styles, and plenty of visual flair. The game also has a beautiful lobby screen where you can see your heroes in full 3D, which gives it that high-quality, polished look. Character designs are varied and really show off the effort that went into making each one memorable and distinct. The soundtrack is a standout feature as well, adding to the overall experience. It's filled with tracks that fit the game's mood perfectly. Sometimes energetic and dramatic, sometimes mellow and tense. Voice acting is also sprinkled throughout the story, giving the game a more immersive feel. Even the VN, visual novel, story scenes are well made, although you might notice that the character models don't have any lip movements during dialogue, which can feel a bit strange. One minor downside to the visuals, though, is the lack of reaction from characters when they're hit during battles. Sometimes it feels like your characters or enemies don't flinch or show much impact from attacks, which can make combat feel a little less intense than it should. Still, the high-quality graphics and sound make up for this minor flaw, creating an experience that's hard to beat in mobile gaming. The world of Ash Echoes is deep and complex. You're in a universe filled with lore, powerful organizations, mysterious minerals, and a society on the edge of chaos. Right from the start, you're introduced to an organization that's dealing with strange, dangerous minerals, which are both powerful and unpredictable. The world building is ambitious, and the developers have clearly spent a lot of time crafting this setting to make it feel immersive. There's a whole glossary in the game that's constantly updated as you encounter new terms and learn more about the world. If you enjoy getting into the lore and backstory of a game, you'll find a lot to explore here. But fair warning, there's a lot of lore, and it's all thrown at you pretty quickly. Especially in the prologue, you'll see new terms pop up all the time, and it can feel overwhelming at first. If you're someone who prefers a gradual introduction to the game's world, the fast-paced lore drops might feel like a bit much. The story is definitely a roller coaster, and not always in the best way. Ash Echoes starts with a prologue that's packed with information, throwing you right into a society on the brink of chaos. It's a brave attempt to set up a big story, but it may feel rushed and confusing. In the prologue, you're dealing with riots, shady organizations, and a mysterious stranger who's threatening the peace. You'll find yourself jumping from one intense situation to the next without much explanation or context. The story's progression does improve after the prologue, but some players may find the opening to be a bit much. There's a lot of jumping between plot points, and it can feel like the writers tried to fit in as much drama as possible without letting the story breathe. However, if you're willing to push through the chaotic beginning, the narrative does settle into a more coherent and enjoyable storyline. So, Is Ash Echoes worth your time? It is a solid pick for fans of strategy and tactics games who want something new in the mobile space. It's a unique take that brings some exciting features to the table, and if you can handle the intense story introduction, you'll find a game with plenty to offer. Thanks for sticking with us. And if you're curious about other epic adventures, be sure to check out our next video on solo leveling. Click here to dive into a world filled with powerful heroes, thrilling battles, and some incredible moments.